Hello and welcome. We're going to take a brief look at theWord today. theWord is a Bible study software program that is available free of charge. And if you've been reading my blog or know me, you know that I've been a big eSword user for many, many years. I really appreciate the work that Rick Myers has done. The program is awesome. But recently I decided to go ahead and download theWord and take a look at it, and I'm rather impressed. There are some significant differences between the two programs, and maybe we'll look at that at another time. But let's just look at a quick overview of theWord. Here, I've opened up Galatians 6. I'm in the English Standard Version, and you can see here that the current verse is highlighted. You can see that I have underlines under certain words. This little toolbar here shows different Bible versions that I have available to me. This double button here, this little double arrow button, allows us to open up a pop-up window that shows other versions that I might have installed. So this window where this Bible is displayed is something called a Bible view. And you can have as many Bible views open as you can fit on your screen. This is one of the things I really like about theWord. Rather than having to have just one Bible window or do a parallel version, I can actually have multiple Bible versions open. In fact, I do. On the right-hand side here, or rather in the center, I have my Greek Interlinear New Testament, the Textus Receptus, open. And then way over here, I do have a widescreen monitor. I have the New American Standard Bible open. And of course, as I scroll through the versions or select verses, each window synchronizes with the other. When we look at the interlinear here, we see that we have the Strong's numbers here. And as we mouse over them, we get a pop-up window with a Greek dictionary. There are a lot of dictionaries that are available, and the dictionary that you see when you mouse over something is configurable. So if you don't want to use Mickelson's, which is actually enhanced Strong's, you can set it to Thayer's or something else, whatever you prefer. At the top of the window here, we have a toolbar that allows us to deal with things like, this is for highlighting, this is for changing text colors and so on, underlining, settings, the Bible tree, which we'll look at in a moment. These two buttons allow you to search Bibles and books, and this button here is where you can save your layouts. One of the things that I really do like about theWord is the fact that you can customize layouts to your heart's content, and then maybe have different layouts for different purposes, and you can save them. Later you can retrieve them simply by clicking on them. I have another layout here called Compare One. We'll click that and see what happens. And you can see that the view has changed. And the top window here, the top of the window, is now set to a compare view with ESV, NASB, the Net Bible, King James, and the Amplified Version. To go back, all I've got to do is select my 3x3 layout, and in a second it resets. Okay, that is the Bible view. Now we're going to take a look at the book view. In theWord, anything that isn't a Bible is treated as a book. There are types of books, so you can kind of use them as filters, so you can limit what you see in one window, which are commentaries and dictionaries and user books. But they're all basically the same, or very similar. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the word spiritual, and then we're going to scroll down to the bottom here, and we can see that I've got, we've got Vine's New Testament here, and it's open to the word spiritual. And over here on the left, you can see the word spiritual here. We can select other words such as spirit and so on. The toolbar here that has these buttons, the ones that are highlighted have something about the word spiritual in them. So if I select Priest, we can see that there is an article that he has that's related to that. Like the Bible window, we have the double arrows, And we can see that there are other resources that also have references to the word spiritual, such as knaves. You can see there's spiritual blessings, blindness, and so on and so on. So we click on spirituality, and this is your typical Knaves Topical Bible. The links in blue here are pop-ups. I have it set to display the ESV, but you could set it to display any version that you like, or the default version, or the active version. Okay, so we'll go back up here. I want to reselect spiritual. All right, so this is a dictionary window. Now, by default, the book windows show all books, but you can go over here and you can say, you can tell it which window, the window, what types of modules to display. So there I've just selected just dictionaries. Okay. Over here I have another book view window which I've set up to display commentary type resources, and right now it's displaying Robertson's word pictures. And you can see the display looks really nice. There is coloring, the Greek text is there, we have the hyperlinks built in, and so on. Over here there is a list of verses so you can easily navigate through. You get the pop-ups. Again, we have the double arrows which show other resources that have references to, in this case, the verse that I'm looking at. And on the right here I have another book view window which I have set to display my personal notes. So here are my notes on Galatians 6:1. Even in your own notes you can set up links to verses, and you can kind of do that very automatically, which is nice. And you can see that we also have the formatting, which looks really good. Again, you can use font colors and different fonts and sizes and so on. Let's scroll down to verse 4 here. Here I've got the word dokimazo, and you can see that it's colored as if it is a link. That's because it is. If I place my mouse over it, we get a pop-up window from Vine's New Testament linked to dokimazo. And that is something that is you can configure so that a particular word will link to a particular book, which is really awesome. All right, so let's go back down here. So you can see that the verse list on the left is just like the verse list in the other commentary windows. Everything is linked to a verse. And the same thing here with the toolbar. I've set my filter here. You can see it's just to my notes. You can see we also have this maps and graphics. There is a really good maps and graphics viewer, what we'll look at maybe in another overview. But let's click on books. All right, so now I've got a ton of books, and you can see they kind of took over the entire window. It's because of the way I have this set. If I go here and we go to options and I take off this tabs in multiple views, now we get a much more usable, I think, toolbar here. Now here we got Spurgeon's All of Grace. So here's the title page, by grace through faith, and you notice that links work in these resources as well. There are hundreds. There's at least 800 different resources that I've found so far that are available online. And here's another great one, Strong's Greek in a Nutshell. Has all the basics of New Testament Greek. As I click this little double button, you can see some of the other ones that I have. There's one on the Dead Sea Scrolls. And you notice that these are highlighted too. So these have something to do with the word that I've selected, spiritual. I've got a lot of books by Schaeffer. We've got The Life and Times of Jesus Christ by Edersheim, The Temple, Hermeneutics, Systematic Theology by Hodge, and many, many, many more. This is a great one here, The Introduction to Biblical Languages. This is available, and it's specifically designed for kind of working with a program like this. You can see here we have a Strong's number that links from these as well. So let's go up to the top of the window here and look at the toolbar. All right, so since I'm in a user module, which is one that can be edited, you can see now I can select fonts, there's a clipboard and so on. These are the typical word processor type of tools that you'd expect to see. You have a highlighter, you can change the text color, um, increase, decrease font size, superscript, subscript, your alignment. You can make lists, you can change the indent, you can make hyperlinks, you can insert images. Yes, you can insert images into your user notes, which is another really great feature. This is for the general settings window, and as we bring that up, you can see here's our preferences. I'm just going to close that for now. These two buttons here, the green and the purple, are for searching Bibles and for searching books, for phrases and words. This has a very, very powerful set of search tools, and it's actually opened up on my other screen, which I can't show you right now, but you can do regular expression searches. You can search on the morphology codes. There is so much that it's mind-boggling. This little guy here allows us to save our views, as we've seen before. And right here is one way I can get to a verse. I can enter it directly, or I can do this, and it will pop up a nice little pop-up window so you can navigate through verses and chapters. And this is the verse tree. That's what I was looking for. If I click on this, I've got this window that's opened over here on the left, and this is a tree view of the verses, so we can just kind of drill down through them as we like, and so on. That's another way to get to verses. So there are lots of ways to navigate. In the Bible window, we can go from chapter to chapter simply by selecting the chapter that's underlined here. So I think it works really, really well. I like the program a lot, and I'm going to spend a little bit more time with it and learn some of the features, and perhaps we'll come back and we'll look at the Bible view window or the searching tools in more depth. Until then, God bless, and have a great day.